I'm Uche Afodile. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. So, I was born in New York and lived in the States for over 30 years. I have three brothers. Yeah, I'm an only girl and I'm a firstborn. We'll talk about that later. But I then decided to move to Africa, first Nigeria, and my goal really was to do something different. Having lived in the States and worked in the States for many years, this is a real story. I remember one day I came back from work. At the time, I was working for one of the accountant firms as an internet specialist. That tells you how old I am, internet specialist. And I came back from work one day and I was saying to myself, why is my dad kind of hovering? Anyway, he called me in for a meeting and he said to me, so, what exactly do you plan to do with your life? You know, what's the job that is going to sort of start your career off? And I said to myself, I have this internet specialist job. What's wrong with that? And he said, no, where do you want to be in the next 3 to 5 years? I want you to write me a letter and I want you to tell me where you see yourself in the next 3 to 5 years. Can I just tell you, I was so agitated. I mean, you can't imagine coming home from work and you just want to chill out with your friends, and here your dad is giving you homework. So I said, fine. I sat down and I wrote this letter. Honestly, I had no clue. I just took it as an exercise that I needed to get out of the way so that I could go do something else. And what did I say in this letter? I wrote to my dad and I said, look, in 5 years, I want to be chief marketing officer. I love marketing, blah, 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 blah. And by the way, he still has this letter. And why did I say chief marketing officer? Because I'd seen my boss's 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 boss, the chief marketing officer, walking around the office, and he just looked powerful. Like everybody was following him, like, hey, Mr. So and so, Mr. So and so. And I was like, oh, this looks pretty cool. Had no idea what he did for a living, had no clue, like I was so down the food chain, so I had no idea. But can I tell you that writing that letter, just all of a sudden, things started to happen. Very soon after that, I met my future husband. Very soon after that, I moved to Nigeria. Very soon after that, I was working for one of the telecommunication companies, one of two that had just received a license in Nigeria. And my journey kind of went off from there. I ended up working in Nigeria for 6 years in marketing, moved to Ghana in marketing, moved to DRC as a CEO, moved to London, moved to Liberia, and now I'm in Benin. So that's who I am. That's my journey. Why the podcast? Well, I think it's been super interesting kind of coming up the ranks, having worked in the States, having worked in Nigeria, and the career journey around that. As a woman and as a CEO, one of the things that I sometimes find frustrating are twofold. One is I don't think that people are really honest about their career journeys, right? So a lot of times when you talk to people and they ask you like, how did you get to where you are? And you'll get this very sort of vanilla answer. I worked really hard, I was promoted, then I worked really hard again, then I was promoted. This is not true. Not going to use bad words. Not true. I want to bring real stories. I want to talk about real journeys. And a lot of times when we are on this journey, a lot of times as women, we're underestimated. I remember in Ghana having a meeting with a client. The client called my boss at the time and said, oh my gosh, I see Uche all the time. She's smiling, but actually she's really smart. I wasn't expecting that. And so don't let the smile fool you. Don't let the smile fool you. Don't underestimate me. Don't let the smile fool you. Don't think that this journey is easy. Don't let the smile fool you. Don't underestimate what it takes to get to the top. It's not an easy journey, but it's a really fun journey if you choose to embrace it. And what do I hope for you, the listener? Well, I hope that my journey and the journeys of other women I intend to speak to inspires you. I hope that you see yourself in this journey that we may describe to you and talk to you about. And I hope it gives you hope that you too can achieve anything you want and you can do it smiling. So that's it. Looking forward to talking to you soon. See ya.